Good evening, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. I'm here with another devotional for the week from Proverbs chapter 6. We're going to be continuing this chapter, starting verse 12, going through verse 19. So if you please open your Bibles, and we'll get right to it. A scoundrel and villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks with his eye, signals with his feet, and motions with his fingers, who plots evil with deceit in his heart, he always stirs up dissension. Therefore, disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a man who stirs up dissension among brothers. When we look at these 7 verses, it's important for us to keep in mind what we've been studying, warnings against folly. That's what the theme of this chapter is. And we see that the first part, this passage is divided up into 2 parts, but the first part is one big example of something that is very foolish and full of folly. And that is just an example of a man who is consistently scheming and keeping secrets and is trying to do things behind others' back. The whole winking of an eye, signaling a feet. Now that doesn't mean that, you can't just go, if you're trying to be like nice or funny or whatever. But if you are attempting to scheme with others, attempting to work against somebody or something, and you're doing all these secret signals, if you're going out of your way into great lengths to keep things secret and hidden from others, that is folly, because it says that God will bring light to the darkness, and when light is brought to the darkness, then everything that has been hidden will become uncovered. And so, and that's kind of what verse 15 is about. Therefore, disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed. When you are consistently trying to keep secrets and keep things hidden and are trying to work against other people, disaster will overtake you eventually. And then the second section of this passage, there are 6 things the Lord hates and 7 that are detestable to him. And so this is kind of a phrase that we're going to notice happen a lot in Proverbs in the coming chapters. It might have slightly different words, but it's kind of that there are 6 things that the Lord blank, and there are 7 that are detestable, or we're going to see various versions of it. But just kind of this theme of God has opinions. I think that's something that we don't always think about or process. The fact that God isn't just a being that made the Bible and gave it to us. I talked about this in church on Sunday, how the Bible isn't all that there is to God's character. In fact, the Bible is really just what scratches the surface, and the Bible is such a vast resource that we can barely scratch the surface of that. And so it's really hard, it's impossible for us to grasp God in his entirety. We get glimpses of his character, we get glimpses of his true nature, and oftentimes that is a nature of love and protection. He loves and protects Israelites, he loves and protects his children and his people. But we get the inside look at that. We see God loving us. What we don't always see is God hating his enemies, because God does have enemies. And here we're shown some things that are detestable to him, actions that the enemies of God will do. Lying, pride, murder, scheming, and there are many other things. But these it's just kind of a general warning of, hey, here's some things to just stay away from. It's pretty similar to the 7 deadly sins, which I think most people are familiar with. And so we're just given this list of, these are things that just are foolish, and we don't even have to get into them because of how foolish they are and how plain it is that these things are evil and should be stayed away from if you are somebody that is seeking wisdom. So when we are looking for something to take away from this passage, the takeaway is, don't be scheming, don't be trying to keep secrets, be honest, and just be wise. So that's all I have for you guys today. Have a great week, and be watching out for our live service on Sunday. Bye. Go in peace.